Okay, so for this last installment, my hopes and dreams for the future of Hana-Kimi are that one day there might be an anime. Last year, 2018, we got two classic manga that got turned into an anime: Devilman Crybaby and Bananafish. Devilman originally had an OVA, but not an actual series like we got on Netflix last year. I heard it went through some changes, um, but it's still considered a masterpiece of animation. I only saw the first 6 episodes and spoiled myself for the ending, but I still considered it good. I wouldn't have liked the whole series, but that's okay. It's I'll still consider it a masterpiece. Um, Now I haven't seen or read Banana Fish, but I did know of its existence actually in the advertisements for some of this manga, but it's gotten a lot of positive feedback, so it must be good. Um, One of my friends that I have actually known since I was in my it was I was way deep in the Homestead fandom. Um, Actually for writes banana fish stuff. So I'm glad it has affected her so much. Um, Now this year, 2019, Fruits Basket is getting a reboot, and which I have actually been following fairly closely as far as the trailers, casting, etc. And I am super excited, super excited to see it. I nearly cried. I saw the third trailer like 3 times last night, actually. And they're going to do the original source material justice. They're going to do the whole story, and I'm so happy. Um, and it's for the better, I think. The original series was good too, but it had some issues. Anyway, um, also in 2017 we got a reboot of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which I still need to see. It's on my list, and I've also heard good things about that one too. And I can only hope that in this era of appreciation for the classics, um, we can actually get a Hana-Kimi anime. Hopes, dreams. What are my hopes and dreams? One of them, yes. Um, but now on to my promise and how I would modernize the story a little bit. And because in this age of Google, I doubt that there's any parent who would blindly trust a teenage girl to go to a boys' school, or any school overseas for that matter, without a lot of extensive research. So, I mean, anyway, I would write this in actually two ways. The first way would be Mizuki pretending to apply to the girls' school, but actually applying to the boys' school, doing the whole bait and switch with the pages that actually need the signatures. So um, after that, things wouldn't change very much. She would still be pretending to. She, she would just still be lying to her parents and still go and pretend. Anyway, the second way I put a lot of thought into. So here goes. Mizuki applies to the girls' school nearby, but the addresses are very similar. So and the documents look very much alike. And her application is sent to the boys' school by mistake. And since she's a makeup hating tomboy who packs gender neutral clothing, she's not caught right away. Um, she's wondering why all these boys are in her dorm building when she sees her name next to Sano's name on the plate by the door and realizes what mistake has been made. She puts her things inside to keep them safe and tries to talk to an administrator about it, but but they all ignore her attempts, writing her off as her trying to be a trans girl, which she's not. She's a cis girl, but she looks like a boy, so people think she's trans and then just write her off. Um, but she still insists on being transferred out, but it's going to take a few weeks. So she bides her time, keeping up the charade that so she doesn't get assaulted or worse. She takes the opportunity to be friends with Sano while she's here, at least, and everything continues as the first chapter dictates. Wrong side. As the first chapter dictates. She has the encounter with Sleeping Sano. She gets hounded by the track team and other sports teams to get her to join, and Nakatsu ends up challenging her to a soccer game and knocks her out by accident, sending her to the office, which Sano takes her to, of course, accidentally costing a field, as it happens. The doctor finds out she's a girl, and she begs him not to tell because of reasons stated before, and the doctor agrees to accelerate the transfer process if he can. The next few chapters play out as normal, but when the time comes that the transfer does go through, she realizes that she has feelings for Sano and wants to keep up the charade. The rest continues as normal. When Julia comes to visit, she is a little apprehensive at first, but warns Mizuki about not getting cocky or complacent. So that is what I would do. That is how I would rewrite the first few chapters in this modern era. Okay, now here's what I would not do. I would not add any unnecessary characters just to spice it up. I am very, very much against that since I watched the Korean drama. Now, sports camps are fine as long as they don't add too much chemistry between the characters that don't end up together. That was one of my issues with the Korean drama. They had too many scenes with Mizuki and Nakatsu, and it actually made me rethink, wait, who's she gonna end up with at the end? It's supposed to be her and Sano? I know it's about to happen, and it's supposed to be, the other one. Just make it obvious. Just make it obvious. I would make it more obvious. Now, one thing that did annoy me with practically. Are we good again? Okay, so I'm gonna start that paragraph over. Now, one thing that really annoyed me with practically every other series that delayed Sano finding out was that he completely ignored her before he figured her out. And then when he does find out, he's suddenly nice to her and starts having the feelings. And the original manga had him find out super, super early, like end of chapter 1 kind of stuff. But he still treated her like any other boy. He actually spoke to her and got angry with her. They had arguments, they had fights. She was tough, she was independent, and he saw that in her as the series went on, and I loved that. I loved that. I just feel so betrayed when they write Sano as someone who isn't nice to a person they live with unless they're a girl. It's not fair to the characters, it's not fair to the audience or the fans. And honestly, it's highly unlikely that people will go into a drama like this and not realize it's an adaptation. Most people watching these dramas are fans of the original manga. And now I'm not saying that fans need to be 100% catered to, but I'm just saying that a little loyalty to the source material can go a long way and maybe remind us why we got into the series in the first place. Now, this video was a lot shorter than the other ones but hopefully someone will actually watch it. Um, if I do get some recognition, please tell me what I should talk about in the comments. It's about 3 a.m. now, and I've been writing and filming for about 4 hours now. And maybe if I get 100 ratings, good or bad, doesn't matter. I don't care. Maybe I'll actually finish the Korean drama. I'll actually make an effort and watch it. Maybe.